Welcome to AGORACOM, the small cap epicenter, and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show bringing the best press release out of the small cap space every morning at the open so you can hopefully profit from them and maybe find your next great small cap investments. Wednesday, March the 30th, I've got 7 press releases for you. Canada, U.S., China, financial results, drilling results. It's fantastic news. I'm going to start you off first with Diamcor Mining, trades on the venture under DMI. Now, this news came out yesterday. We missed it somehow, but I've got to report on this. They announced that a strategic agreement, and they've closed $5.5 million in financing with Tiffany and Company. That's right, the world-famous premier luxury jeweler and specialty retailer. That Tiffany is an off-take agreement regarding future rough diamond production from the company's Krone and Dora project that they recently acquired from De Beers. What Tiffany has done here is they've secured a first right of refusal to purchase up to 100% of the production of rough diamonds from Krone and Dora at fair market value prices. DMI retains the right to freely market any rough diamond production and specials, that means special diamonds, which are not selected by Tiffany through Laurelton, by the way. They're going to expedite production and supply of rough diamonds via this $5.5 million financing that Tiffany has injected into Diamcor Mining. $3.5 million term loan, $2 million convertible debenture. That means no dilution. Fantastic press release. I love this. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to become a buyer and start legging into some positions here. Why? They closed at 46 cents yesterday. That gives them a market cap of just under $12 million. I think that's cheap. Do your own due diligence. I'm liking it, but I think that's cheap. Next up, China Wind Systems, CWS in the U.S. You can imagine what they do. They put out their fourth quarter and full year numbers. I'm going to give you the full year. Revenue up 48.8% to $80 million. Net income up 45.5% to $11 million, or 44 cents per share. They closed yesterday at $3.45. So you got a company here basically trading at just over 7 times earnings, even though they're going top line and bottom line pretty aggressively. Again, I keep saying this every day. There are Chinese babies being thrown out with the bathwater when it comes to these small cap stocks because some of the issues in the space. If you believe in China Wind Systems, then this looks like incredible value. Up next, Minera Andes put out their full year financials. They trade on the TSX under MAI. Highlights here: net income $31 million, or 11 cents per diluted share. Look at this growth. That compares to net income of $4.1 million, 2 cents per share for all of 2009. Fantastic growth. You talk about 7 times growth in bottom line. For the quarter, which is even more impressive, fourth quarter, I typically don't report on the fourth quarter, but I've got to say it here. Net income, $18.8 million. Remember, they did 30.9 for all of 2010, so they did 18.8 of that in the fourth quarter. I'm not sure if that's seasonally adjusted or something, but if they can keep up that number, they're going to blow out. I mean, you extrapolate that over 4 quarters, you're talking about $75 million. That's a pretty big number. They also turned in 7 cents per share for the quarter. All this compares to $2.4 million and 1 cent per share for the same quarter last year. Unbelievable. Closed yesterday at $298. 326 on the 52-week high, 67 cents on the low. Fantastic news out of them. Sandstorm Gold has announced the completion of underground construction at the Corvus Gold Black Fox mine. Sandstorm, TSX Venture, SSL, Corvus Gold, BRD. Underground ore production is underway and expected to exceed 250 tons per day at the end of March. That's where we are today. Commercial production, end of April. And ramp up to 1,100 tons per day by the end of 2011. I like that. Phase 2 open pit operations commence on March 23rd. A little bit about this arrangement so you know what it's like. Under the terms of the gold purchase agreement announced back in November, Sandstorm is entitled to purchase 12% of the life of mine gold produced from Black Fox at a per ounce equal to the lesser of $500 at the prevailing market price. Given the fact that I don't see gold going to $500 in my lifetime, you can bet that that's what we're going to be buying of. That's a pretty great deal. And in return, looks like what Brigus got out of that was they didn't have to do it. No dilution. They just financed it right out of their mind. So great numbers there. Sandstorm closed yesterday, 88 cents, 58 on the 52-week low, 95 on the high. If they keep doing deals like this, I think Sandstorm is going to be a great company going forward. Sama Resources, TSX Venture, SME, intersected 13.7 meters of up to 2.5% nickel. This at their nickel, cobalt, scandium project in the Ivory Coast in Africa. Highlights here, a 3.1 kilometer square deposit of nickel, cobalt, scandium has been outlined. In addition to the headline number I gave you, other intercepts include 11 meters, 1.9% nickel, 19.5 meters, 1.5% nickel, 60 meters, 1.4% nickel. Nice numbers. I like this even better. A 43-101 is coming within a few months. Closed yesterday 34 cents, 30 on the low, 50 on the 52-week high. So you may have an entry point here with these numbers coming out today. Market cap under $20 million. Congratulations to Dr. Marc-Antoine Odette there. Corvus Gold, KOR, TSX, intersected 50 meters, 2.4 grams ton of gold at the North Bullfrog project in Nevada. Here are some of the highlights. In addition to that number I gave you, 62.5 meters of 0.5 grams per ton, 64 meters of 0.5 grams per ton, and 19.8 meters of 0.6 grams per ton of gold. As a result of these, the success, the company is saying further expansion of their drilling program up to 15,000 meters, and it's going to go through to the end of May. That's always a good sign. They're putting their money where their mouth is. Closed yesterday 74 cents, 54 on the 52-week low, $1.40 on the high, so about 50% off their high. Maybe a nice entry point there. And as always, I like to tell you, not everything that glitters is gold. DDS Wireless, TSX-DD. I like this a lot. Their taxi unit has signed a $3.8 million contract to upgrade a European customer, specifically as Helsinki Taxi, and they're replacing a previous generation of DDS system, so you like that. A repeat customer. They're upgrading the entire fleet. I'll still tell you why I like this. First of all, Helsinki Taxi, the largest taxi operator in Finland, one of several European taxi companies that rely on DDS technologies. I think this space is going to be a monster space going forward. Specifically, DDS, for example, specializes in transit routing, scheduling, real-time dispatching, vehicle location, and tracking software. This is going to be huge going forward. It's going to be in everything, every truck, every taxi, every forklift, anything that you can imagine that moves on the roads, especially as oil gets more and more expensive going forward. This is going to be required everywhere for efficiency purposes. So I like the business DDS is in a lot, and they're producing. They closed yesterday at $2.50, 52-week range, $1.28 on the low, so a nice gain from there, $3 on the high, so they performed and held pretty well. Congratulations to the entire team there. That's a wrap. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.